Over 20 NBA players are making more than the entire starting lineup for our San Antonio Spurs.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We had an interesting conversation last night during the live stream about where the money's being spent on our roster in regards to the starters, the bench, and dead cap, as in players that are no longer on the team. So I thought this would be kind of fun thing to talk about real quick, where the money's going, get your thoughts on it. Anything that surprises you here as we go over this, or is this kind of what you expected? Any players you think like, wow, I can't believe we're paying him that much, or we're still paying him? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the thumbs up if you like, support the channel, and subscribe to become part of our awesome Spurs and sports community. So let's get to Sport Track salaries, boop, right there. And let's take a look at the starting lineup first. Victor Wembanyama is making about $12 million. We also got Trey Jones making about $10 million. Devin Vassell, which he's going to get a huge bump soon, he's making about $6 million. Lee Sohan about $5.3 million. And then we got Julian Champagnie rounding it out at $3 million. So the total for all those guys is $36 million. So yes, over 20 players are making more than those guys. And granted, I know a lot of our guys are young, so they're going to have lower salaries than veterans like LeBron James, Steph Curry, so forth and so on. But still, $36 million for your starting lineup's not a lot. And that might be one of the reasons our team is doing so poorly this season. Let's take a look at the bench. So this is what really shocked me. Zach Collins is making $8 million. Keldon, who was a starter, now back on the bench as a sixth man, making about $20 million. Cedi Osman, $7 million. Doug McDermott, $14 million. Yes, Dougie's making about $14 million. And then Blake Wesley, who you can't see. Sorry, I can't edit that out. Blake Wesley, who's not on here, is making about $3 million. When you add up that bench, and bench is making $52 million roughly. Our bench is making more than our starting lineup. Now, of course, a big part of this is because Keldon Johnson is on the bench and not in the starting lineup. If Keldon was back in the starting lineup, say because of Julian Champagnie's out, then the starting lineup would be $53 million. The bench would be about $35 million. I don't know if and when Keldon's coming back to the starting lineup. Our bench play has been really bad at times, and we need some kind of offensive burst, and he's been giving that to us at times. So I think he's going to stay there. Plus, with the draft on the horizon, I'm pretty sure the Spurs expect to draft a starter in this coming draft that will keep Keldon on the bench. That being said, there's something else that's quite shocking here. Our dead cap. And by the way, before I forget, Devontae Graham is on there. $12 million. $12 million to just pretty much play in garbage time. I'm not saying he's a garbage time point guard, but that is how he is being treated. He only gets to play in garbage time, and he's making $12 million. I understand Trey Jones and Blake Wesley are the pecking order for the point guards, but seriously, could we do something with them? Trade him anything? I don't know. Anyway, let me get down to the dead cap. And if you had forgotten, because I have, Joshua Primo's still getting a salary from us Spurs fans. $4.3 million. Not to mention all this other dead cap. Reggie Bullock, 11. Kem Birch making almost 7. Cameron Payne, screw you, $6.5 million. And then Lamar Stevens, who? Exactly, $400,000. That's almost $30 million. $30 million in dead cap that's on the Spurs roster right now that could have been spent elsewhere. And look, Spurs fans, there probably is two reasons for this. One, the minimum salary cap with the NBA. I'm not going to go too far into it because I've done that in previous videos. Here's the minimum salary cap. You fall below it, you're paying the NBA penalty, so they are right here, so you don't have to do that. Number two, I'm assuming there's some sort of master plan to sign a free agent next year, or a lot of this money that we're just spending on nothing is going to go to players already on the roster, or again, a big free agent. I don't know. I'm sure it's tough to handle a team with the salaries and the restrictions with the NBA, da-da-da-da-da. It's also tough to balance the team where, okay, we're at this point where we still want to get picks and we know we can't contend, to where let's put the money in and now we are a contender. You don't want to be mid. That's the worst place to be, is to be the 7th, 8th seed every year, get into the playoffs, go nowhere. You're good enough to make the playoffs. You're not bad enough to get a draft pick or do anything in building the team. So kind of a short video here today, but I wanted to show you guys this is where the money's going. Your thoughts, now that you kind of had a quick breakdown, what we're spending on the starting lineup, what we're spending on the backups, the dead cap, players like him over to my right, your left, still getting paid by the Spurs. Do you look at that and go, Brian Wright, I get what you're doing. I understand trust the process. We have something planned in the future. When all that dead cap drops off, we're going to have a lot of money to spend on free agency. We're going to sign a lot of our guys. You've got this. Or you look at that and go, this dude sucks. Man, Brian Wright ain't got a clue. He needs some milk. I don't know. Short video. That's all I got, Spurs fans. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, go Spurs, go.